Welcome back to Limbus Company, Canto 6. Hopefully I do not have mic issues today, but we'll have to see. I've been having some tech issues lately. Unfortunate timing for it. Oh hey, cool. I got my funny bonus for having the special, purchasing the funny, more expensive Battle Pass thing. I was monetized all that. But yeah, it's finally here. A couple things to look at before that. New excavation. Interesting. It's specifically an image of the actual back streets. That's odd. You'd think it'd be butlers, if anything. I assume it still will be, but interesting image. I guess we can pop in there real quick. It's just like a little bit of a starter, right? We're not actually going to bother doing it right now. I just want to see. Okay. Interesting. So it starts out with those guys, a mixture of back streets guys and dead rabbits, and I assume the second wave is into the mansion with butlers, maybe like a mix of both if they're going to go fully into that bit. I don't know. I could check it out, but there's more pressing things to do. Notably, a lot of things that claim I'm past level 151 thanks to being mirrored in early. I'm not looking at that. Do not look at the banners before the hand, by the way. It's going to be spoiler stuff, I'm sure. I'll just hit the button. Oh, design eyes beholding this electric spark. Electric screaming Don Quixote. Very funny. Or their big, like, electric wand, it's Envy. Checks out. It's Teth. Makes sense. It would be weird if one of them seems less helpful. Yeah. Then Merceau. Electricity is all I have left. I can't. He looks like, you know, he's trying to avoid the sunlight or something. His also Envy, also a Teth. Makes sense. Although, you know, hard competition with regret, but you know, not everyone has that. Nelly announcer. Everyone give their limbs a nice big stretch. Shall we get a move on? We're also using the funny extractor, like, extraction thing through there. Oh, insipid. Must have deal with ourselves. We will have yet to actually see the animations for its ego, like, at all, so this is very cool. It tried. Oh, this is evolve? Really? Oh, that is big. Should I tell Catherine fantasy here? Oh, it's really sorry already. I ain't got too much to this mic business, but let's go. So funny. And finally, Gloom. Okay, makes a lot of sense. Time to reign alone on this solitary throne. You sure are. Also evolve, of course. Yeah, they're both evolved. That's really interesting. Makes sense since Otis's season is still a ways away. I'm not looking at the banners, of course, because some of those are going to be spoilery, probably. But we've got a lot to look at real quick. I'm going to pull up Egos here because I'm not necessarily going to upgrade them. Looks like those still Season 4 3-star guaranteed. I don't really need it. I'll save it for the bit. Some other random stuff here and there, but starting out with Dawn's Death. Envy Resonance, charge stuff, yeah. Use 20% charge count. Spend 20 charge count to deal 40% more damage. You can ever remain 2 attack weight, max 3, so it becomes it's a 5 target death. A little interesting if Envy Resonance is at 5. Then Resonance, more damage. Does it gain charge with passive or something? No, it doesn't have a way to gain charge other than on kill. Yeah, no, this doesn't seem great. 2 Pride, 4 Envy. Yeah, Envy doesn't do a bunch of damage. If you've got a way to gain charge, I guess it's good if you're trying to, like, if you want to run, like, teleport shenanigans when you're not running warp. Like, teleport, gain charge, electric screaming, lose charge for more damage. 1% of this unit's max HP per missing charge count to raise charge count to 20. Okay. Set up to 20, unknown to deal 5% more damage for every spent charge count. I assume it's supposed to be charge count. It does have the unknown in green text there, though. A little bit of an issue on PM's part, it happens. Yeah, so it's unit slash Envy attacking 1 attack power next turn, similar to EU gift once per turn. Interesting. It's attack though, so like, I mean, I like lifetimes too a lot, so it will be hard competition for me, but it's not it's good competition. This has got to be really good if it's going to be anything special. 1 wrap, 4 Envy, 18 12 charge count. Apply 8 charge count to 1 out of the least charge count. However, it'll target people who don't need charge, based on the wording. Another target has growth by highest evidence -2, max 5. Okay, so it's 7 energy resonance. Max 5. So yeah, 6 energy resonance would be... Yeah, okay. Envy to self affected allies. Okay, so this is very direct envy support, that's for sure. This works really well with the middle, I'm sure. Says on-stage affects twice a Tempest charge count. 2 paralysis and 6 eruptions and 1 paralysis, 3 rupture. That's not very interesting. Yeah, passive. 4+ resonance of any kind, gain 2 offense level and 2 defense level. It was envy applies affected 2 adjacent units on the dashboard as well. Okay. This one seems interesting for, a funny envy team. Simple enough. We move on though. Otis Binds, it is evolve. Favorite stuff, 1 wrath, 1 lust, 4 sloth, 4 pride. Well, 5 charge over default. Gain highest pride of sloth resonance -2. Amplitude okay. Weird tremor. Gain highest pride of sloth resonance divided to attack weight max 2. So if you have a 4 pride resonance or 4 sloth resonance, it becomes a 7 target. Don't forget the charge is doubled. For the next 3 turns, lose 8 SP every turn end. Okay. It's only a 10 plus. The King and Binds. That's the name. It's not the bounty. It's the King and Binds. So it's a very low costing bomb, but we're going to get basically constant SP drain. That's really cool. Inflict 6 tremor, trigger instant conversion into tremor fracture. When staggered, and when the sun tremor protein count adds up to your high, raise stagger level by 1. Oh. So basically, if you stagger someone, if someone does a $20, instead they can stagger plus. Or if you stagger plus, then they can stagger plus plus. There is no stagger plus plus plus. You can't push someone to that level, unfortunately. That is very interesting. And it's basically guaranteed. Interesting. I guess you're supposed to use it with Molar. That's your good tremor ID. Okay, the corrosion is 4 tremor bursts on tails. That's cool. And it's only 30% more increase, but it makes sense for how many it is. It's tremor fracture on corrosion 2 and also inflicts with orbital tremor 2. After attack from this unit, target is staggered defeat to gain 1 product resource and 1 eager resource for 1 of the random affinity. 3 times per turn. Okay, yeah, grand welcome. Simple enough. Very interesting though, a very low cost. The corrosion is 30 while the awakening is 10, which makes a lot of sense. But the awakening is just constant SP drain instead of spending it immediately. Which is a really interesting way to do that. I wonder if Heathcliff is going to be similar. Let's take a look at Heathcliff's. Bloom. 7 target, yeah, by base. 18 plus 5. Normal for a lot of resources. 10 cost for 3 turns, lose 10 at the end. Next turn, King 20 bind, 1 before King binds 2 attack power. When the unit attack with 1 attack weight hit, inflict 100% of the damage dealt. Then the attack still used to hit. Damage against 2 enemies with the least HP that can be attacked. Okay, so next turn you're going to mineral speed without a doubt. You gain some attack power, and single target attacks effectively become 3 weight. That is cool. That is really cool. And it's effectively going to be like a 30 sanity cost, but it's spread over time. Actually, pretty interesting. Get some Singer, getting some Tremors and Tremors. That's not the main thing. I think a little plus 0. Corrosion. Next turn, gain 20 bind, and then before the king, once. Oh, before the king, not before the king and binds. So it's 50%, so it does half damage to 2 other allies. Okay, so it's a little bit weaker. Next turn, for 20 bind, 3 attack power, and 2 balloon damage, 2 has an order of deployment. How good power resonance increases it. So you can also bind a bunch of allies with the corrosion. If you get a good resonance going. Okay. I'm sorry, the 4 plus high resonance that includes unit skills by 3 offense level and 3 defense levels to itself and allies to a part of that resonance. So just any resonance. If set of resonance with answer resonance, even more offense level up and defense level up. Okay, cool. Some really interesting stuff here. This is gonna be fun. Is it gonna be? Yeah, I was wondering. It's only before the king. It doesn't become before the king in binds. It depends. Like, at least I learned Captain Ishmael's a similar thing going where she's got a heated harpoon and then overheated gas harpoon at upside for some reason. Just like that for some reason. New phrases, yeah. What are they? This blank is all I have left. I can't. What color design is bold in this blank? You take pounds by blank. I'm down to write alone talk military blank. Spark electricity authority throne, yeah. And then customize. I'm not looking at these yet. I'm not going to get rid of the notice either, so I remember to check it later. Yeah, I guess. I've already got the team built. Simple enough. First we'll have to have 3 different options in for both of these two stuff. So that's cool. 2 more Vovs. I was not expecting 2 Vovs, but that is very cool. I was kind of wondering, but like I kind of quickly like dispelled the idea, right? We'll get them to Threadspin 3 at least, right? We'll max out Heathcliffs, of course. I think we have to. We'll have to see if we get to use him much here, though. That's the one issue with applying this, or spinning this a bunch, is we might not get a chance to use him. Do I need more Heathcliff guards? I probably do. I don't think I've got a particularly high amount. Yeah, I do. Okay. Fine enough. I'd actually look at. I need like what? Like, oh, I've got a row of red boxes open too. So that'll have a decent chunk of them. Yeah. So I just need 30 Heathcliff shards. Okay, cool. A little bit more just for safety. Nice. And we can bring binds for Threadspin 4. This is the one we're really going to be using a lot. But yeah, in case you're wondering what the team I've built, it's mostly sinking stuff. I've got Mariachi Sinclair, so we've got a bad unit. I also did have the middle people just innately because I had a feeling it was going to be Envy Rose and stuff with Electric Screaming. And it sure was. Not that it was really like an insane guess on my part, it felt fairly obvious. We'll have to see how important it'll be to actually upgrade them, but I don't want to dwell too long on the egos. Very cool. I made sure to get a bunch of threads beforehand so that I'd be set to thread spin these, right? Yeah, how much of this is important? It looks nice to have some of these, but I don't think it'll be too necessary. Yours may be a bomb, but I don't think it'll be too necessary to upside immediately, because it's very tremory. Yeah, it just is more sacrificial. You actually lose less SP each turn if you spin this even higher. I think this is one that doesn't seem to need it too much. Of course we gotta do that, right? And of course, there's no banner today. We can actually take a look at this, though. Pretty cool. Getting, you know, Rio Shunelli next week and some random 2-star. Maybe like a add your family butler. I don't know, I guess we'll have to see. But that's another ticket to add to the collection. Also, I think there's no other XP tickets, right? I don't think so, because there's no XP ticket every other Canto. I think it's going to be the bit. Yeah, still that one. Interesting, though, that it's a different order of 3 and 4 here. So you see it's 3 then 4 here, but now it's 4 then 3. Once again, I love pointing out things that really don't matter. Let's get into it. Straight into the dungeon, or... No, not quite straight into the dungeon. We've actually still got a fair bit of stuff left. Really? Is there even going to be a dungeon if there's 14 more stages? Well, let's see. Ticking sounds. Give me a second before I get into this, though. Let me make sure everything's going fine. So, funny story. I stopped recording. I went to check, you know, how it worked, and then my computer just crashed, so I had to relaunch the game. I managed to check my audio, and it's not great. Unfortunately, I really don't know what the issue is. I think I might just need to get a new mic, so I might need to power through it, unfortunately. I'll try to be, like, quieter, I suppose. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. Anyways, let's get into it. Ticking sounds. Clear within 15 turns. Oh, boy. Incision encapsulant. Oh, I just modularized all my encapsulant, didn't I? I did, didn't I? Yeah, that's fine. Cannot deploy. I was expecting as much. Oh, boy. Well... I'll run a sinking team, I think. Might as well. We'll do that. Gotta have Mariachi Sinclair, you know, to challenge myself, right? That's how I look at it, at least. We gotta run! Oh! Heathcliff, the heartbroken. Oh boy. Really getting straight into it. Yep, there's the body sack as well. I see distorted Heathcliff before me. He mauls, rips, and tears into everything before him. But his mournful howling is tinged with so much pain that it hurts me to even listen. He's killing everyone. The researchers, the dead rabbits, even people trapped in the glass pods. If we were to get in his way... Yes, Executive Manager. He will not hesitate to attack us as well. This will be a difficult battle for everyone. And it will leave nothing but deep gashes in our hearts. But, even so, we have to bring him back. The clock turns. Oh boy, we're getting straight into it. That's insane. Ooh, wacky background. Undefined. Alright. Me, a thing lesser than a savage beast. Must I keep pretending to be a human? God. Alright, Let's take a look. You're bleeding us. An attack has the chain. All parts gain attack power up and 2 damage. When the chain is broken, starting next turn, gain 2 bind and plus 0.2 to all physical resistance until the end of the encounter. So we gotta break the chain in order to, make you resistant to most things, I presume. Clash win. Clash power -1 for the next clash. Clash lose. Clash power +1 for the next clash. Max 2. Okay, so the more times you win clashes, the worse your clash chance gets. The more times you lose clashes, the better your clash chance gets. Humanity Abandoned, gain 2 damage up. Simple enough. Yeah, alright, let's take a look at what you're doing then. We killed Catherine. We don't deserve to live. God. Okay. No sanity, so thinking is going to do physical damage here. Good to know. Flexive Revenge. So the chain is going to counter Unclashable. Inflict Fragile Paralysis next turn. On hit, gain power next turn. Unfortunately, it's going for someone who cannot evade. When it goes for people that can evade, it'll be fairly nice, though. You cannot clash anything. That checks out. Mariachi Sinclair moment. Well, let's see if we can win some clashes first turn. Might be a little hard to do so, but it'll help out a lot if we can. God. Let's see. A little bit scary to take the counter. I think you can handle it decently well enough, though, yeah. Going for some favorites in a neutral. This song's already going hard. Alright. Okay, we win those at least. That's the important part. Get a little singing count, too. Might be nice. Yeah, that counters a +1. That's not too scary, then. We lose with you, that's fine. It happens. Yeah, fair bit of sinking on the body already. Fair bit of sinking count on the body, I should say. Unfortunately, Weight of Knowledge does not inflict count, I believe, so it's kind of gonna spend all of it. That's alright. It happens. We gotta focus on the chain a little bit here. See if we can break it. Let's take a look at your physical resistances. Are you just resistant to everything? 0.8 to everything. Okay, so when you break the chain, it'll become 1.5 to everything. That checks out. Not doing anything special here. Doesn't look like there's anything new. There's 3 passives that's not telling us yet. I assume one of them is going to be from when the chain gets broken. Something else is going to happen that's going to make it kind of bad that we broke the chain. Hopeless. Oh yeah, you got paralysis. You can't do much this turn. You're being gone for, so we can't dodge that. That's fine. Can you clash this turn? You can. We'll go for it then. We could... We kind of need to win this clash more than we want to get the 3 inside, I think. As unfortunate as that is. Fine. You can go for a neutral. You can't do anything here, so you're going to one-side. Struggling. Favored. Okay, cool. And you'll take the counter if we do it like this, that'll work. Nice. Good sanity. You get countered again, it's some bleed, but nothing too bad. Perception Art's 4 heart seal with paralysis means you're not going to be doing too much, but you will get 2 echoes of the manor off, so that's something. Stack some singing on the chain, potentially. And you take some hits, that's fine. Oh. We lose this after all because of some unlucky heads, that's fine. Oh. That also happens sometimes, right? You got some blunt damage. I think we're getting to see a new passive. No. I think one of your skills gave you blunt damage up then. And it says something's new. It's probably just one of the skills then. I mean, you are going for different skills here. Undeserving of speech. Third is 8 plus bleed, clash power plus 1. No one has that much bleed, so we should be fine. Third is 3 plus negative effect to reuse this coin as well. It's a 3 plus 4, so it won't roll too high, I don't think. What level are you? 45, okay. So is everyone on this team, in case you didn't notice. That's good. You can win one of these clashes, that's good. You can try. I really want you to get some sanity, so we will try, though. You two gotta be the ones that clash, eh? Well, I mean, you can get the clash up. Actually, you got paralysis, so... I think you'll be fine. You can still get a decent chance of wins even with the paralysis. I'm willing to risk it. That means we should probably... Song's going so hard. Lost my train of thought. Do we try this? That means we're going for a neutral with you, but it might need to be done. Hong Lu could dodge the Ruination, Wailing, and Lamentation, but we don't really need to dodge it, that's the thing. We'd be better off not dodging it, I feel like. Because if we dodge it, then we're doing worse on clashing and stuff. Unfortunate. That's alright. We're winning some clashes, we're getting our sanity up slowly but surely. Also, I wasn't paying attention. Even though Heathcliff is inactive, do we still get his passive? Do we have Suncliff passive active is what I'm getting at. Because if we have Suncliff passive, that would be a little unfortunate for some of our sanity stuff, wouldn't it? Okay, you're a max sanity, which makes sense. You're pretty good at getting your sanity up. You got countered. Dan's taking some damage, but not very fast. We've got 15 turns to EX this. No, we don't have Heathcliff passive. Okay. No, we do. Never mind. We do. I just didn't see it. Okay, and you're doing something funny here. Check passives. Check passive. It's not telling us what you're doing. Oh, boy. Oh, you're using Body Sack. Clash lose, gain 1 fettered. Whoa. What does this do? At a certain condition and a 3+ value, all parts become staggered next turn. It expires after applying 3 chain fragile to the chain part. Okay, so we need to win this desperately. A bunch. Okay. You can't clash. You can clash with what you're being attacked with, so you can try dodging. But yeah, this is a turn where the chain's going all out. There's some egos we can go for at least. We've got enough envy that we could hex nail, but then we would be able to do literally nothing else. Let's see, what can we win without egoing? I think that's the first thing, right? And then we got a hex nail the last one. Okay, that seems pretty solid. And I guess you can dodge the Ruination, Wailing, and Lamentation. You might as well. We get the Gloom passives to trigger thanks to that, so that's solid. Nice. Beat one of the body sats. You get countered, you're fine though. That was scary, but we won. I think the final coin's the one we really need to hit, because that's the sinking count one. Actually, no, the first coin is 4 sinking count. The final coin is a couple too, but that's fine. We hex nail, we'll gain some sanity from clash, lose some sanity, that's fine. Envy and Pierce Fragility is nice, but it doesn't help us out here. Okay, and we beat all the body sacks, so you've got a bunch of defense level down and stuff. We dodged one of those. We dodged this fairly easily, except we got a 5% tails. That's fine. The new passive time? No new passive, cool. Shh. I keep on checking, thinking it's gonna happen. Well, you've got 3 unfettered chain, so under a certain condition, and 3 plus value. It's not telling us that certain condition, though. So we're getting more body sacks going for us. We really need to take down the chain. How's it doing on sinking? Pretty good. Okay, you're the only one with ego this turn, so we probably should have you ego. Ego one of those. We'll see which one we actually want to. You can't do anything here. Cool. Nightmare Hunt should beat one of the body sacks, yes. That's actually going to beat one of them, so that's cool. Might not need the ego, looks like, actually. Yeah, I guess I can just save it then. You trigger the counter, do some damage. 2 insight skill 2 is decent. You can handle the counter because you've been staggered already. Okay, I got worried for a second, but no, this is the clash that is against the body, so we're not too concerned. Just commands. Thinking gaming. Oh, the chain is severable, so we broke it and then it can't do anything else. That's right. Did we get a new passive because we broke the chain? We did, yeah. The chain is broken, inflicts subject of wrath to a random enemy. Prior to this target was subject of wrath. Okay, so he wants Honglu dead. Fine. We can handle that, I think. You win one of these clashes. We'll clash the weak one since you're kind of low sanity, so it's not the greatest of odds. Lindsay of the Frenzied Wolf. Clash lose if target has subject breath, raise you and staggers by 100 next turn. Okay. So we really want clash with you. It's favored. Oof. It's a little scary. I think we'll manage. I think we'll manage. Can we clash the other stuff at that rate, though? That's the thing. Broken Heart, Brush Wounds. I mean, these are fairly weak attacks, right? Yeah, we're set. You one-sided, you one-sided. Looks good. Actually, if we do this, then there's a little bit of resonance, so that's nice. It doesn't matter too much. I'll roll with it, though, why not? A little bit of Nightmare Hunting. Decent sinking damage, although you do run out of sinking. That's fine. We're being a little risky with Honglu, but it will be worth it, that's for sure. If we can just increase the stagger threshold by 100, puts him a lot closer to being staggered sooner. That's bad, that's really bad. Okay, he's not dead. However, he still is the target. So that means we're not going to be able to... Okay. We'll just clash have something strong then. We can Bygone Daze it. Bygone Daze is dominating, that's good. We'll try this. We'll be able to redirect everything. We won't be able to get the funny stagger since we're not clashing with the person who's been targeted by the wrath, but that's fine. We'll be able to push through, so pretty fine. Oh boy. That's fine. Yeah. Would have been nice to get the funny Echoes of the Manor off, but what I get for clashing, I suppose, with a favored instead of just letting it one side and let Mariachi take a hit or something, or let Mariachi evade or something so he does something right. He's basically just here so we're doing, like, effectively 5-person fights. New passive yet? No. It's fine. They're still being targeted. Land of Illusion's got even worse odds now because their sanity's bad. That's fine. We should stagger you anyways this turn, right? It looks like it. Or something like that. We can rhyme Shing for some delectable sinking. Let's try that. We need Honglu to win a clash, even if it means he's going to be... If Honglu dies, someone else gets targeted. Someone else becomes the target of Heathcliff's ire, so I'd be relatively fine with it. Okay, we lose that. That's fine. We did win that, though, so that's actually pretty good. Some sanity gain on Honglu is very appreciated. And then we rhyme Shink you, because we're only going for the awakening. It's only 5 singing counts instead of the, you know, the stupid amount of singing count from the corrosion. But corroding rhyme Shink is also super expensive, especially in like a normal fight when you do not have time to build up resources. There's a stagger, though. Unless there's some passive that's going to show up and ruin our day, we should be able to put you down. Oh. Heathcliff, heartbroken, is shaking and stumbling. What is that fluid dribbling from his mouth? Is it blood or tears of sorrow? Might be our chance to convey something to Heathcliff. Who should I go with? Okay, Otis. We're getting Josephine to confront Heathcliff. I approach Heathcliff with Otis by my side. Heathcliff. I carefully try talking to him, but he shrinks back as if though he's afraid of something. Maybe my voice can't reach him. I asked Otis to relay my words to Heathcliff. I can't emphasize with everything you've gone through. I haven't the experience. But I do know that these actions won't do anything to lessen your pain. Maybe the words had an effect on him. Either the heartbroken writhes and growls lately, as though something inside hurts. I don't know if this helped him, or if all we did was pouring salt in his wounds, but he's getting back up to his feet. I'm certain that this is far from over. Ian's too fragile, one bind. Okay, decent. You'll take more damage this turn, which is pretty nice. We can attack you with a bunch of stuff this turn. Or for the 2 coin expend knowledge, since, you know, then it's sinking count neutral at least, usually. Not necessarily, I guess. You do run out of sinking here, though, so that's fine. Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't have any skill 3s or anything ready on anyone, so we couldn't do anything super fancy this turn. So that's fine. You're pretty low already. What turn is it, like 11 or something? Once again, Heathcliff the Heartbroken falls to the ground. He is hyperventilating, shaking his head wildly. It is a difficult sight to bear. Fluid that pooled and pooled on the ground until it became a small puddle. I must now carry Heathcliff's sorrow. Who will accompany me? Once again, it's down to you. You gotta get 3 heads, though. Nice. Once again, I approached Otis with Heathcliff, or first Heathcliff with Otis by my side. Don't let that hatred consume you, Heathcliff. Ah, no, this isn't it. I have to say something that can actually reach into his heart. Everything's changed. You, people around you, it's not like the past. Not anymore. You can still change, and you have the capability to do so. And though there are those who can still help you along the way, too. I'll turn the clock as many times as you need. Until you can finally see the path you're meant to walk. I wonder if he can hear us. I'll just hope that the quiet growl is a positive sign. Ian's too fragile. Otis heals HP and SP. You're still the subject of wrath as well. Okay, current HP's percentage is 3% or less. Blunt skills do 200% damage. 1 more fragile and 2 fragile every turn that passes. Alright. Scary then. Nothing too problematic though, I don't think. And he's gonna win the clash this time around? No. Shh. I didn't really need to look to know that the answer isn't no. I don't think that was very necessary at all. This'll work. Actually, we probably should not be skill 3ing the strong attack, but that's fine. You get staggered. That's alright. Yeah. Yeah, that wasn't very good of me. I mean, luckily you don't take that much damage because you're GHE Rodion. And I guess it was very cool we got to see the animation for that attack, because that went hard. Shh. That's maybe stupid, so I think I just discarded the skill 3 with Hong Luke, so I wasn't paying enough attention. That's alright. You're low. And it's turn 11 now, yeah, we're fine. Let's just finish him. Do we see the last passive? We do. 35% or less HP. If target is higher HP percentage than this unit. Flash power +2. Alright, yeah, just kill him. I do not want to deal with flash power +2. So if she catches us red-handed, Nelly might give us the super sleepy snack. Smack. God. Besides, the front gate has got to be closed and locked by now. Oh. This is... Now, ready? Ready for... what? My, Heathcliff, didn't I tell you to pay attention when I'm speaking? Ready to race from the top of that hill to the gardens. I'll win this time, I'm sure of it. But, Kathy, you don't have your shoes. I suppose Nelly will have to lecture me then. Doesn't matter, though. Oh, see that magnificent house over there? Why don't we head over there and peek through its windows? I want to see who lives in such a big house. Oh, it's the Edgar family house, isn't it? From what I know of the story, I'm pretty sure. And, Heathcliff gets scolded and treated harshly or whatever when, Catherine's let in. Kathy, we can't... Why not? Because... if we go there now, they'll spot us. And sick their monstrously large hounds on us. One of them will bite your ankle. You won't scream, but you'll bleed a lot. Enough to keep your wound bandaged for weeks. I regretted it day and night, that it should have been me who was mauled in your place. And the people in that house will take you inside to dress your wounds. And there you'll meet Linton. How did you feel about that? Everyone was entranced the moment they saw you. Of course they were, because you were the most beautiful person in the world. But, Heathcliff, you left me behind in that manner. My heart sank to its deepest depths. Then, instead of hitting rock bottom, it kept sinking. Now that I think about it, I felt wretched, miserable. I was angry that you hurt your ankles. I hated that I wasn't a part of that posh picture with you and the others. But more than anything, I felt that we could no longer be together. Ever again. That incident really drew Hindley's ire, so he ordered Nelly to completely neglect your care. I stayed at this manor for 5 weeks, grew closer to Linton and his little sister Isabella. It was the stay which, eventually, became the reason you denied me for the first time. My life until this moment. They were the happiest times of my life. It was all I ever wanted. But I must leave now, because this is but a diary of mine. You can't change the past. I still cherish this day. The day I could run so freely across the gardens by your side. I did too, Heathcliff. That is why I wrote my diary, so that I will hold these memories to eternity's end. My most precious memories. Oh. Are you okay, Heathcliff? How are you feeling? Like shite. And miserable. These bodies, your wounds. I did that, didn't I? God, there's an Ufi guy mauled to death there. I assume a Picatula? Heathcliff muttered, looking around the mutilated, mauled corpses of the researchers. Strange. I thought if I went wild, smashed everything to pieces, the weight in my heart would be lifted. But no, not this time. Not at all. This feels awful. How am I any different from that prick Hindley? Full of blind hatred against everything in front of me, desiring nothing but destruction. But the worst thing is that I wanted to be like that forever. Because I couldn't bear to simply sit there and do nothing. No, you're not like him. Because you came back. Oh. This time, sure. But what if it happens again? Who's to say that there won't be a next time? Maybe Hindley, that prick, was right. I'm unsalvageable. Did I change? No. I deluded myself into believing that I did, like the dullard I am. This is what I do. What I am. A destroyer who brings ruin to everything until there isn't anything left to pulverize. If it happens again, I can't guarantee that I'll succeed, but I will try again. Huh. Oi, blockhead. You wouldn't know this, but... well, everyone but you would know. When I'm starting to lose my mind, when I'm completely blinded and deafened. When I feel my sense of self, my very being, slowly fading away into the dark. I hear that faint noise. That damned noise of a clock. It opens my eyes, drags me back to reality. Well, that's... because I'm your manager. Bringing you back to your paths is what I do. Love Dante. Things became a lot clearer when I said that out loud. The sound of my clock awakens them, steers them back to their paths. I don't really know what their paths really are, or how we'd go about following them, but... we're forging on anyway. Like feeling our way through a dark maze, learning its shape with every step we take. Yeah, I was wondering, because, like, the name of the node was, like, ticking sounds or something, right? That explains that. Very funny. We're starting out with the Heathcliff distortion, god. Honglu didn't do a lot for us. Rodion did a lot for us, though. Funny to see. Isabella. We're finally learning about Isabella. Interesting. I was wondering, because the only time Isabella's been mentioned is not by name, but in the Linton Gregor Uptight story, because Isabella being Linton's sister, of course. What are they going to do with Isabella? Because that's the person Heathcliff eventually married in the book. You guys might want to take a look at this. Oh, God. Look at the corpse of the dead rabbits boss we defeated earlier. This isn't Heathcliff from the other world. I don't think we've ever seen this person before. Oh, no. Are you going to tell me that the identity of that mirror Heathcliff was put on Isabella? Heavens, this is... I know her. Miss Isabella, how could this... Isabella? Isabella Edgar, Linton's younger sister. He came by this manor a few times along with Linton. They overwrote Linton's sister with Heathcliff's identity? He wasn't even real. We lost him. This technology they're using to summon identities, definitely a lot like our own. There have been a total of 4 separate instances of lightning strikes. That's cool. 3 more to go then. Merso was the first to break the silence. The most logical course of action, from the perspective of our company, would have been to wait until the golden bow becomes available to us, just as Linton had suggested earlier. What, hide in the barn and wait for the 7th strike of lightning, like cowards? What a helpful lot you are. Thank you kindly for your words of encouragement. You know what? We should have done that from the start. It was foolish of me to even... Allow me to finish, Heathcliff. I am beginning to feel the need to practice hastening my speech. You really might need to, yeah, Merso. We've experienced consistent escalation of risk merely by moving about the manor. Moreover, it is growing increasingly difficult to ensure Heathcliff's safety. Therefore, in conclusion, Merso paused for a moment. I judge that we may have to stop the lightning from striking, even if that decision leads to our failure to obtain the golden bow. Everyone fell silent, deep in thought after hearing Merso's judgment. It wasn't a decision based on cold, hard facts that we had come to expect from him. Agreed. It never appeared that the lightning strikes were a result of natural phenomena. It always struck at the most dramatic moments, always on a certain trigger, killing the manor's power without fail. Yeah. Once again, I assume it's... I mean, I don't even know if it's necessarily a Dreaming Electric Sheep, but the Dreaming Electric Sheep being, chained up, being used as power for the manor to power the lightning, definitely still feels like it would fit a lot. It might just be the golden bow or something, though, right? Okay, let's think about this. Let's think about the circumstances surrounding each strike of lightning. First one was, yeah, the funeral. When they were reading Catherine's will. No, we can get a bit more specific than that. It was when Heath called out Catherine's name. The second one was when Linton said something hurtful to Heathcliff. All that verbal abuse. Third was when Hindley drew his last breath, and thus all is ruined. There is Linton's return. Linton's exhausted voice broke through our musings. He looks around at the destroyed laboratory, the corpses, and the husks of dead Pecatula. There was a hollow look in his eyes. His face, already so sallow, had lost even more of its color, but he stood tall. Linton's gaze lingers for a moment on his sister's mangled corpse before moving toward Catherine in the coffin. Isabella, my dearest sister. So this is how our reunion was to be. Feels like it was just yesterday that you left our home without a word. You didn't even write to each other? She did send me a few childish letters, that she'd met her fated partner, that she'd found true love. She couldn't possibly introduce me to this person, as I would surely refuse to give my blessings. You... Do you even understand what you've done? Did Isabella love Heathcliff then? Because that's what happened in the books, right? They kind of... I don't think they love each other in the book, though, so I don't know if it would be Heathcliff, because in the book it's very, shallow. It's more so Heathcliff trying to get revenge on Kathy and Linton by doing so, right? I haven't read the book. One of my friends read it recently. He'd know. Merely follow the path laid before me. The lightning has struck 4 times. Yeah, we know. We know how to count, Executive manager. I can tell from the way that man is speaking that he may know the conditions that trigger the lightning strikes. Otis spoke plainly without even trying to lower her voice. Lightning strikes. Each strike of lightning is a blessing, for it signifies that you have a place in her heart. Linton looked straight toward Heathcliff, and I could finally see his face clearly for the first time. He wore the expression of deep, bottomless pain. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Making a very pained expression. It didn't change the fact that Linton was still extremely suspicious, and had quite a lot of things to answer for, but it began to sink in that he was also a man who was grieving for someone he loved. Someone who didn't love him back, though. I lied to you, Heathcliff. Our marriage was never happy. Yep. But I have spent my entire life struggling to earn a place in her heart. Knocking and knocking so that she would let me in. Yet there was nothing. Never once gave me an answer. Even now, she remains silent. Are you going to distort now, too? Are you going to distort to a vaguely wolf-like creature? Wouldn't make a sense for... I guess it probably would make plenty of sense for you to turn into a wolf, too, but not as much as the other two. I don't know, we'll see. Linton. Nothing. None of that justifies the atrocity that you have committed in building this abominable laboratory. I've given some thought as to how so many people could disappear without leaving a shred of evidence. It cannot be said that gangs kidnapping them by force, for there were no signs of resistance. There have also been cases of simultaneous disappearances. Sometimes even entire families would disappear all at once. You actually read the whole article? Then it can be reasoned that they weren't taken against their will. It would be more believable to say that they followed their word, being kidnappers willingly. Very unsurprised. I mean, like, that was the scene, like, the first part, where they're all reading the one newspaper, but reading different parts. Mercer was the only one who actually read the part they were actually supposed to look at. Which means the kidnapper was someone well-known. Someone with a decent reputation. What? Did you offer them a job at the manor? Promise to treat them to a nice meal or something? An experiment to produce a human, or so it was called. Yet I cannot imagine a single human being for whom these heinous experimentations, all this sacrifice, this suffering, would have been worth it for. Master Linton, even if it wasn't Miss Catherine who asked you to do this, this is too... What? Oh! Catherine, he asked you to do all this? No, that's impossible. This is the part where they're really going to lay into the fact that Catherine is not nearly as good as a person as Heathcliff seems to so believe. We've been seeing a lot from Heathcliff's, perspective so far. But that's only one very short fragment of what's going on, right? Linton receives the sinner's deluge of resentful accusations with an unstirring expression. Yes, I will not deny that everything was by Catherine's request, but it was by my will that every one of her requests were carried out to the letter. God. Like, the whole, like, Catherine-Carmen parallels are drawing up even closer now, with Linton following a similar pursuit to, like, Ayan, in that regard, I guess. I don't know. I'm asking you why. The why never mattered to me, so I never asked her. All I ever cared about was endlessly endeavoring to carry out her wishes, to do as I was told. Yeah, still. Why? With your family's wealth, you could have just lived out the rest of your days in complete luxury with money to spare. So why should P-Court be made aware of what has transpired here? You may be subject to a high degree of punishment, even if your family name were to mitigate it. You ask me why. Is it not obvious? He doesn't care about riches, he just cares about Kathy. Because I loved Catherine, ever since the moment I laid my eyes upon her. To this very day, I've spent every single moment of my life pining for her. You're just desperately begging for her affection, blinded by your own obsession. Speak ill of me as you will, I care not. Because my joy comes from what morsel of affection she spared me. So, you have no idea how much I envied you, Heathcliff. You envied me? You? Yeah. From his point of view, Heathcliff did nothing for the sake of Kathy's, affection. A lot of it is very, tragic in a way, Even in her youth, when I would come to spend time with Catherine at this manor. Also, I just noticed you can actually see the bat in the background there. Yeah, I wouldn't look at the background too big. You can see a Pecatula there, you can see the Ophi guy. You can see Kathy kind of out of the... Or, no, I guess that's Isabella, isn't it? Kathy's still in... Oh yeah, Kathy's still in there. I don't know why I thought it was Kathy for a second. No, it is Isabella out there, and the bat's there. Yeah. You would always ask me the same question. I wonder where Heathcliff has gone to. I wish he was here. Of course, you must have been hiding from her, for you could not bear the sight of us. And believe it or not, it was not I who burned your letters. Uh-oh. In truth, I would have delivered them to her myself had I had my hands on your letters, because that was how desperately Catherine was waiting for your news. Once you left, Catherine, she shut herself up in her room, refused to eat, and withered away. Gazing into a mirror day and night, until one day she calmly emerged from that very room and asked me for my hand. A mirror. She mentioned the same thing in the diary, that she saw herself in the mirror. But what mirror Kathy did she see, I wonder? Yet we kept no mirrors at the manor we lived. The mirror she looked into was, according to her, a gift. Yeah, she mentioned earlier, I think. Gift from, like, I wonder who exactly, though. N-Corp, something like that, probably. A gift from who? You would like to know what she saw in that mirror, what it was that she saw that prompted her to ask to marry me. Why don't you ask the diary yourself? Ask that old diary that remains in obstinate silence before me. Yeah. Okay, you can see a better image of the CG there. Yeah, you can see the rabbit mask there as well. Poor Isabella. Lightning Rod, another fight. Slash week. Bunch of enemies, though. It can be Lightning Rod is an interesting name for the chapter part. Let's keep on going. We've still got plenty of time before we can end the first episode. Hopefully the mic quality is fine. I'm probably saying that it's gonna be unrecognizable because of how bad it is, but I just gotta live with it, unfortunately. You're going to fight us in your state? If you seek to disturb this experiment, then it falls to me to stop you. Yep, makes sense. What are you even looking to gain from this? By going this far? Same thing as always. I love Catherine, so I shall do as she wills me to. So that I may enter her room, I dare not wish to become a master of it. I merely wish that she would let me in. Unrequited love, eh? It's really what it just falls down to a lot, you know? The mere sight of an open door, that little gesture, would be more than enough. The thunder of every lightning that struck the manor was the sound of her breaking heart. Oh. Heartbreak? With every heartbreak, the lightning strikes. The pain, the bereavement, the shock are all manifested as lightning in darkness. Thus, the lightning only indicates that the person in question was so important to her. Heathcliff, I think Nellie was right. Catherine's still alive. It wasn't exact science or anything like that, but I've been feeling that gaze coming from somewhere within the manor. Not an aggressive gaze, no, but it was certainly stubborn and lingering. Oh boy. So are we gonna fight Linton himself, or is it just gonna be Butlers first? Because we did get the Linton ID, so he can probably fight to some degree, but he's just super frail or something, right? Either way, it is Edgar family. I should have probably thrown Heathcliff back on, huh? I didn't think that through. Oh well. Thinking things through is hard. Struggling with some clashes. Really funny given how, like, I am max level. It's not an issue. It's just these guys are strong. We only fought them a couple times in the first part of the Canto, but yeah, they're definitely a little bit threatening. I do wonder if there's even a dungeon in this Canto. It's really making me feel like there's not going to be a dungeon. If we've still got, like, what, 10 more nodes? Unless a lot of it's going to be fillery fights, which is very possible, right? Background? I'm trying to see how different the background is. The background looks mostly the same. There's a little bit of carnage on the sides, yeah. Otherwise, it's mostly the same as the previous background. We can get that gloom resonance going. That's pretty solid. We get a big one going. It doesn't fix Faust, unfortunately. That's alright then. Roll with this. Bad clash with Faust, that's fine. Okay. Very, very good attempt. You tried. Yeah, stagger and Faust. Expecting it a little bit, but that's fine. Nightmare Hunt also is losing, yeah. These guys are a bit threatening. We almost staggered some with Sinclair. Would have been nice, but that's fine. We can get a big Bloom Resonance, maybe. No? Okay, that's fine. This will be good enough. We've got some neutrals going on, so you know. Neutral means, you know, you lose these, and because we lost that one, it means Gregor's gonna not be able to clash the other thing, so that's unfortunate. Yeah. This is going interestingly. Only we had Suncliff, I suppose. Crucial mistake on my part. Oh well. We can get 3 insight on Honglu, I suppose. That'll be nice. Please get more heads. There you go. Nice. They're weak to slash, so that's doing decent damage. Honglu's also doing decent damage, so that's nice. And we're winning a... Why do I say anything? Okay, no, we are winning some clashes now, so that's good at least. You're 5 turns in. Not really doing... Definitely doing far from the best. That's for sure. That's alright. We'll get insight doing too, because why not? Okay, Gregor got staggered immediately after getting unstaggered. It really checks out. Linton Gregor being ratioed by his own butlers. Like, if PM were... Okay, no Linton this fight. I wasn't expecting it, though. Thought it might happen, but didn't really expect it here. Okay, both these guys are 3 insight, so we can roll with that. You can do a little bit of dodging. Might as well. Gotta use those new egos. Let's see. I've been paying attention to our resource game. Let's see if we can use Otis's ego in this fight. Might be nice. And if we do inevitably see a blunt weak fight, I might switch to use the middle IDs for a little bit. Just so we can see their envy egos, their, you know, funny things. You're gonna survive, but on very low HP. God. Yeah. Classic 6 HP, Linton Gregor. Better hope you don't take any one-sided attacks, because that would be very unfortunate. I don't think we will at this rate, though. We're doing fairly well. Okay, Honglu lost his flash. Doesn't get staggered at least. Okay, what do we need? 1 sloth, 1 pride. We can actually do that. And we'll do a bunch of dodging too. Yeah. I want to get the ego off on Otis, even if it means we're throwing a little bit here. If it means Faust is dying a little bit here. But I mean, she died a lot because she's dead. Nice, good stagger, good stagger. We got a sloth skill and we got a pride skill, so we should be... You get staggered. You just straight up die. Okay, there goes the idea. We don't get to see any new egos to fight after all. Unfortunate. Once again, though, I guess I do deserve that. My bad. We go for the impending day, why not? You won't corrode it because you got some sandy from Flash. I think you staggered. It looked like the person was on the brink of being staggered. Yeah, that's nice then. I think they had a one-sided attack. We weren't going to be able to clash, so that's good. Won't do a lot of damage, but you at least win this clash guaranteed, so that's good. You're also skill 3ing this guy though, so that's fine. Really hoping I can get the Otis buy-ins off this turn, but you know, c'est la vie. C'est la vie. That's that, and this is this. Okay, you got staggered. Cool, which means your other clash you can't do anything about. Once again, it happens. Oh, that brother got staggered plus, so that's nice. Nice banana party, managed to game. And it's just you two left, and we just have to do this in 2 turns, so it's very doable. You're on dodge duty, but there's not really much else you can do. It shouldn't be necessary, though. Gregor and Rodion alone will be enough to deal with this guy. You've got 7 damage up this turn. Okay, cool. And turn 10, we win. Nice. Nice EX. I say nice as if it wasn't a mess of a fight, but my bad. There's a post cutscene. So there isn't anyone left. Oh, that was all your butlers. Okay, cool. I won't last much longer. So you distort now, I guess? This is how I was born. How I've lived my entire life. Yeah, glad you know that. So why don't you... He's a little angry. What? Admit my sins and surrender? Why would any of that ever matter to me? Linton looks up with a lighter expression, as though a burden has been lifted from his shoulders, as if he's hearing a voice. This is as far as I will go. Then with the gentlest voice, he begins speaking to some... Yeah, there it is! There it is! Third distortion of the Canto. We're not even to the dungeon yet. His voice was overflowing with intense, fervent affection. As I have always told you, I have no regrets. I merely think that we were both walking in different paces, and you always happened to walk ahead of me. Yet, even a sight of you from behind summoned butterflies in my stomach. Man will die without immediate and appropriate medical attention from a professional doctor. He is extremely weakened. Shh. Still, Catherine, I wish you would... I wish my death would bring you even a trace of sorrow. Or is he just gonna pass out? Even before I first laid my eyes upon that child, Linton, 5th lightning strike, by the way, he was watching me. Hate how he looks. Unable to look away, even for a moment. That child is wealthy. He looks like the Prince Charming from fairy tales of my childhood. And he loves me so, so much. See? His eyes glimmer like the very stars of the night sky with every second he lays them upon me. Yeah, that's scary. I do not like this child. I love Linton who loves me. His eyes that twinkle for no one else but me. I don't think I'd call that expression twinkling, though. This is like, what's a good description for this? I don't know, this is like he just ate an entire, onion or something. I don't know. Ate an entire clove of garlic or something. Looks a little off. His flaxen locks that flow for no one else but me. His radiant smile that flashes for no one else but me. Would also not call this a very radiant smile. He looks like he just ate, like an entire onion or like a clove of garlic. Linton, who finds happiness through nothing else but me. When light returned to the manor, when I could finally see again, there stood Linton, wearing the brightest, happiest smile I had ever seen. The machines of the laboratory were linked to his body. Oh boy. Oh, did you hear the thunder? Is he gonna, identity himself or something? Oh, Catherine weeps for me. Oh, Catherine! Linton musters every strength in his body and reaches out toward Catherine's coffin. Wait, what are you? So now is the right moment to... Is he gonna pull the lever? Stop! I thought I saw tears of joy rolling down his cheeks, but... Oh. They were his flesh beginning to melt off his face. Oh! Yeah, he's melting a little bit. Even if you will not permit me into your chambers, it's all right. I will await you within its walls forevermore. He's having himself extracted into it or whatever. To bring forth the pure form of humanity that once existed. Quite the simple task. Oh, let's see his back. You never had any talent in the culinary arts, Yusung. You wouldn't understand. Any kind of identity could safely and securely be applied to it, as long as the dough is in its purest form. What happened to Linton? Can't you see? He's become a dough, a batter, a pure being free of dregs. Reminds me of whatever happened to Samjo, you know, being reduced to the most basic form of a human. But it would always yield the finest result, regarding of what other ingredient you mix into it. Regardless, you call that massive flesh human? No. Creation of a new human is but a stepping stone in that process. There's a time for our daily dose of, or our seasonal dose of Project Moon horror, body horror. Their ultimate goal must be to go even further beyond that dough. They seek to reach the very origin, the primordial human. This is but a part of that process, merely an experiment along the way. Yep, like Samjo. Oh. Consider yourself fortunate that there aren't any other surviving researchers here other than myself. If Director Herman or any of the other higher-ups heard what you said, I'm sure they would be pulling all kinds of strings to take you in. Mother. Damn it, I knew that woman would be. Ooh. The dough, the being you refer to as a human. I presume that one could apply any identity from any possibility, no matter how distant and irrelevant the world to that being. Yeah. Very interesting. Yes, Yusung. I knew that you would be most overjoyed to hear of this breakthrough. Shh. Overjoyed in heavy parentheses. This is the apex of what the mirror technology is capable of. Now all we have left to do is to leap from that apex, to soar beyond its limits. From what we know, there is another golden bow located inside the manor. This dough is a part of an experiment that can be conducted only with a preposterous magnitude of energy output. For the golden bow to accumulate that much energy, must be located on the rooftop of this manor. Correct. The golden bow acts as a lightning rod, draws the merciless strikes of lightning, then harnesses it into a form of energy for itself. Your breadth of knowledge is starting to get unsettling. Yeah, she's got a genuinely infinite wealth of knowledge, accessing the mirror world or something, accessing different identities. Well, now that everything is in order, I must really make my exit. Not so fast. I'll get you and find out everything you know about what Mother is planning. Please, let's not waste each other's time by playing this pointless game of cat and mouse. When the perfected identity is applied over a dough, one such opaque, murky mist emerges. What a picturesque moment, most apt to bid you all farewell, is it not? Director Herman's son, was it? I hear that you were a veteran of the smoke war. Then perhaps this may be a familiar sight to you, if a tad different in a few places. Smoke war identity, maybe? Is that what's happening? Or it may just be the smoke being similar. And ye sang, my dear fellow. Live, so that I may have aught to look forward to in the time I have left. Oh, okay. What is this base form of human going to be? The name of the next chapter is really going to tell us what to expect, I think. That was just the idea. A wild hunt. Okay. I'm really curious as to what this is going to mean then. I don't know, first thought might be like... I don't know, God. But I think I'm gonna end first episode here. A lot has happened, that's for sure. Was not expecting to immediately get into the Heathcliff distortion. I was expecting to immediately get into the dungeon or something, but we've still got a fair ways to go till we get to the dungeon. If there is a dungeon. Dungeon heavy, like a after quotation marks. That's the word I'm looking for. Anyways, that'll be all for this time. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next episode. Bye.